Hello, today I will read Joshua chapter 9. In chapter 8 it was about I destroyed. We saw that after the evil was punished, God helped them and they destroyed the I city. Now let's see what's... and the last was the covenant renewed at Mount Ebal. They were, all the Israelites were circumcised, I think. No, circumcised it was before, I think. No, it was about blessing and curses. The things that Moses told to the Israelites. Now let's see chapter 9. What's next in chapter 9, Joshua 9? Now when all the kings west of the Jordan heard about these things, those in the hill country, in the western foothills, and along the entire coast of the Great Sea, as far as Lebanon, the kings of the Hittites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, they came together to make war against Joshua and Israel. They thought, there still is a chance to destroy them, to destroy the Israelites. A small town like Ai, they defeated at first an army of Israelites. At second, they were destroyed, but it gave to the enemies the courage to come together, to unite together against Israel. However, when the people of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done to Jericho and Ai, they resorted to a ruse. They went as a delegation whose donkeys were loaded with worm-mouthed sacks and old wineskins, cracked and mended. The men put worn and patched sandals on their feet and wore old clothes. All the bread of their food supply was dry and moldy. Then they went to Joshua in the camp at Gilgal and said to him and the men of Israel, We have come from a distant country. Make a treaty with us. Wow. Why would we do that? We don't know you. You don't know me. So why would we do that? The men of Israel said to the Hivites, But perhaps you live near us. How then can we make a treaty with you? They told them but they should inspect that in silence. We are your servants, they said to Joshua. But Joshua asked, Who are you and where do you come from? They answered, Your servants have come from a very distant country because of the fame of the Lord your God. Whoa. They make them make them to be proud, to have a pride or something like that. Yeah, with God, but for we have heard reports of him, all that he did in Egypt. So they knew, but they were neighbors. And all that he did to the two kings of the Amorites east of the Jordan, Sihon king of Heshbon, and Og king of Bashan. If you know that much, that means you are close, you are a neighbor, I think. They should think like that. Who reigned in Ashtaroth. And our elders and all those living in our country said to us, Take provisions for your journey, go and meet them and say to them, We are your servants, make a treaty with us. Wow. Why would we do that? This bread of ours was warm when we packed it at home on the day we left to come to you. But now see how dry and moldy it is. And these wineskins that we filled were new. But see how cracked they are, and our clothes and sandals are worn out by the very long journey. Well, the men of Israel sampled their provisions, but did not inquire of the Lord. That is the key of all of this chapter. Did not inquire of the Lord. They had ways of connecting with God, ways of communication with God, but they did not use it. God, is it true what they are saying? God, who are they and what we should do now? But did not inquire of the Lord. We must not forget the Lord in everything we do. And if there are some uncertain things, like here, God, what is your perspective? God, what is your will? Is this what you want to do? Is this what you think of me to do? Is this your plan? I am in your plan. Then Joshua made a treaty of peace with them to let them live, and the leaders of the assembly ratified it by oath. 3 days, only 3 days. 3 days of marching, yeah, but with all of those people, yeah, it was a longer distance. But if you are solo or something like that, 3 days, in 3 days you can, I think you can go to the from Granica to between Romania and Hungary to the Granica of Slovakia. Yeah, only 3 days. Or so. 3 days and you arrive in Slovakia. 3 days of walking. Three days after they made the treaty with the Gibeonites, the Israelites heard that they were neighbors living near them. They made no inspection. They didn't ask other people or to make interest. Is this true? Who are they? Or something like that. So the Israelites set out. On the third day came to their cities. And on the third day came to their cities. Gibeon, Kephira, Beeroth, and Kiryat Yarim. Yeah, if you viewed the video with in Romanian at 1 Chronici chapter 13, I think, you will see what was at Kiryat Yarim. What happened after? Yeah, it was about Kiryat Yarim too. But the Israelites did not attack them because the leaders of the assembly had sworn an oath to them by the Lord, the God of Israel. The whole assembly grumbled against the leaders, but all the leaders answered, "We have given them our oath by the Lord, the God of Israel, and we cannot touch them now." We will see that Saul, the first king of Israel, will try to kill them, but God will punish the Israelites because of the oath they had made with them. The God of Israel, and we cannot touch them now. This is what we will do then to them. We will let them live, so that wrath will not fall on us for breaking the oath we swore to them. They continued, "Let them live, but let them be woodcutters and water carriers for the entire community." So the leader's promise to them was kept. Yeah, like slaves. Then Joshua summoned the Gibeonites and said, "Why did you deceive us by saying we live a long way from you, while actually you live near us?" "Oh Joshua, but why didn't you ask the Lord, your God, about this? You're now under a curse. You will never cease to serve as woodcutters and water carriers for the house of my God." They answered Joshua, "Your servants were clearly told how the Lord your God had commanded his servant Moses to give you the whole land and to wipe out all its inhabitants from before you. So we feared for our lives because of you, and that is why we did this." They were smart. They chose wise. Yeah, they lied, they made bad things, but they survived somehow as slaves, but still, I don't know if it's better or worse. And that is why we did this. We are now in your hands. Do to us whatever seems good and right to you. So Joshua saved them from the Israelites, and they did not kill them. That day he made the Gibeonites woodcutters and water carriers for the community and for the altar of the Lord at the place the Lord would choose. And that is what they are to this day. Wow, to this day, to that day when someone wrote Joshua book. I don't know what nowadays what is happening. So yeah, we must not make oaths, promises before we think twice, third time. We think more about the subject, and to be sure that we are in the God's will. We should ask God. We should involve God in all of our plans, that He to bless us and that we to be the light of the world, because this is the reason. This is the reason why we live, why we exist, to follow God and to be a light into this world. That's the Christianity purpose of life. That was the chapter. Yeah. Another interesting thing. We must be very careful about that, and the last part was the Gibeonites were smart. Yeah, it's not okay to lie, but they had their ways, but still, we must think carefully. Is it okay to live all of your life and your children and everyone from now on as slaves? Isn't it better to die and to not exist anymore? Depends. It never. Uh, I think if we think about life and death, the life every time wins. So even if you are a slave, is better than being dead or something. But it depends on, yeah, they made their ways to survive, and they achieved what they wanted. I mean, in part, maybe they didn't know that they would be slaves. Maybe they didn't think about that, because if they would think about that at that oath, maybe it was a bit longer with other parts too. Okay, that was the chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and delight me in the next chapter too. And if you want to, see me there too. God bless you all, and goodbye.